You know what? That's nothing new for me. I've been telling you since training camp.
You are consistent about
that
your hatred for the
the
Seahawks.
luster is off on the Seahawks, and I know they don't like hearing that, but it is a fact. It is a reality.
Cardinals fans like to hear it.
Yeah, Cardinals fans definitely do, but Seahawks fans, yeah, I'm not saying they're not good, and I'm not saying it's going to be an incredible challenge to go up there and win, and the Cardinals might not. But if they have a 3-game lead, it might not matter as much.
Yeah.
Here we got a Lafayette Burnett says if we can keep Palmer healthy. That's always the asterisk. Got to keep Palmer healthy and get a good running game going. So far, we've had that. We'll be tough to beat. Super Bowl, I think we can with the defense we've got. You agree?
5 games in, 4-1. I think you take that.
Yeah. Got a skeptic here, probably a longtime Cardinals fan. Brian Carl Listman says, not holding my breath. Had a shot last year to be in a Super Bowl in our own stadium and blew that. So just going to take it one quarter at a time this year and see what happens.
Was Jake the quarterback for the Bengals when they played, or excuse me, was Jake the quarterback for the Broncos when they played the Bengals and Carson Palmer got hurt?
I don't remember for sure.
I can't remember.
That's a good
What,
question.
did he mention anything about the beard? Was he like trying to grow out the hipster beard? Just
And it's
hasn't
weird.
committed to
He's
it
on
yet?
the Pac-12 network.
I think within like 12 hours he's got that full beard. He's able to
Man,
shave it out.
It's a handball thing apparently, right?
He had the
must
Mountain
be.
Man look a few years ago. You remember with the full beard when he was playing for the
Yeah.
Broncos?
Yeah.
I mean, Jake loves himself some handball.
He does.
He's a competitive handball player. Has big tournaments that he hosts in Idaho.
Who wore the beard best? Jake Plummer or Randy Quaid?
Oh, let's not talk about Randy right now. He's got his own problems.
I thought you were going to say Dan Fouts or something.
We got time for one more Facebook comment here from Dennis Garcia. Says this team just feels different this year. I remember in the past we've had some good defenses, a strong passing attack, but never a solid running game, especially near the goal line. He's right about that. This year we're pounding the rock in with great success. This team will go a long way this year.
Yeah, that's a great comment because there is just a feel for this
Isn't
team
it?
that is different. You don't feel like it's a fluke when they put up 40 points.
Yeah. Well,
You
even-
feel like if they don't, something's wrong.
Even last year, the Cardinals started 9-1, but they were just scraping by. They found ways to win, which is good, but they weren't just annihilating teams like they are this year.
Right, and you knew there was no way they could sustain that, right? I mean, with a backup quarterback, once Palmer was out, you knew that eventually it would have to end, and they were horrible at the end of last year. I mean, it's hard to remember just how bad they were in that playoff game and at the end of the season last year with a
That's
third
right.
quarterback.
What playoff game? I remember.
Yeah.
Right?
But we say
They might as well not have been a playoff.
we say it so often on the show, but how much of the Cardinals' success this season relies on health? And right now, they're healthy.
Well, it's true of every team, though, but it seems like especially the Cardinals. But
Yeah, because we got to see it firsthand.
but going back to the running game, even when the Cardinals went to the Super Bowl, their running game was toward the bottom of the league. They had Edgerrin James, who was toward the end of his career. Tim Hightower was okay, but we were so relied on Kurt Warner passing to Larry Fitzgerald and Antoine Bolden and Steve Breston that
Right.
they were so one-dimensional. They still almost won a championship.
Right.
And this team got everything.
And they were 9-7. They lost 7 games that season. They went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Had a couple playoff games at home. I mean, everything just fell into place that year.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
what you need.
It's true. Certainly a lot for Bird Gang to be excited about these days. Fans are just loving it. Let's take a look at some of the pictures you guys sent in from yesterday's game day.
A little trickier this week without the game being in Arizona. We got some good picks from home here. I assume from home from Ruth Coffee. A little selfie with the there you go with the Cardinal
Nice.
shirt on.
I like the throwback, vintage.
Absolutely. And we got Katie Julian, kind of the same thing, showing up for Cardinal swag, watching from home, watching the Cardinals destroy the Lions.
On a comfy couch, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's a good selfie.
Good
You
way to
should go
post
a
up.
I love this one from. I love the name. I love the picture here. Moons Anamoxel. I'm probably butchering that, but here's a Cards mobile. Big,
Look
Would you say a
at
Cards
that.
mobile?
that's what I call it.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Big
Birdmobile.
red mobile. Yeah,
I mean, that
there
is
you go.
cool. I'm looking
Birdmobile.
for that on the
There you go.
freeways.
Birdmobile. That's what we're going to call it. All right.
That is awesome.
We got Monica Logno. I don't know if this is from Sunday, but he got Big Red
Big
here.
Red?
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know if it's just his head. or-
Watching the game with Big Red?
Yeah, they can't beat that.
Special.
I wonder if he talks during the game. Got Miranda Rios. I think this is probably from the previous week, but this was too good not to share. You got Carson
Oh, wow,
Palmer
that's
with a
great.
selfie with all
Would
the
have been
players.
cool to be in that stadium yesterday because those Lion fans were bailing.
Yeah.
They were leaving fast, and I bet the Cardinal fans in there made some noise.
We got Janet Zoomstein Ballard with some pup pics here. Got 2 pups. Looks like they're looking either watching the Cardinals score a touchdown or just waiting for a treat.
I love it.
Maybe a little from column A, a little from column
Love
B.
it. They were howling.
Nicole Harlton. Love this picture. People, let me just tell you, you send in your dog pics. I get to choose these photos. I'm always going to put dog pics on.
Yes.
Put your
Soft
dog
spot.
pics
Is that a bulldog?
on. I think it's a French bulldog. I'm not 100% sure. Nicole, let us know.
I wish we knew. Yeah, Nicole. I want to know his name.
You know what? I'm requesting someone send me a miniature wiener dog with a Cardinals jersey.
For sure.
All right.
Miniature wiener dogs are so cute.
Yeah, Dachshund fan.
We got some baby pics here. We got Andrea Gonzalez chewing on the Cardinals football.
You know, that baby's holding onto the ball better than Joe Abdullah.
You mean Amir Abdullah? All right. Alexandra Tarongo. And he's got his own hashtag here, P2 Nation, Joaquin. Big Patrick Peterson fan, both sides there.
It's cute.
We got Sylvia Trevino with a bow about as big as the biggest her head there.
Shane, go back to the previous one with the Patrick Peterson jersey.
Sure. Patrick Peterson. Yeah, Alexandria.
How about the fact they're putting their own graphics on?
I know,
love it.
Right? Hey, do more of that. But please keep it clean. All right, Sylvia here with the bow, number 10. We're going to move on to number 11 here, Jenna Gonzalez. I love the little shirt here. I'm cute like mommy and an Arizona Cardinals fan like daddy. Does that mean daddy's not cute? Or does that mean mommy's not a Cardinals fan?
Yeah. Which one?
All right. Samantha Nicole Heilman. Little Tykes watching the game, matching outfits.
Nice.
Love it.
Dig the socks too. I have the same pair, red.
Yeah, I think she's watching an interception there by Patrick Peterson. And then
She's
last
pointing, saying that's another.
Right.
Another turnover.
Another turnover. What? And the last one here from Michael Gonzalez, three days old, the newest Cardinals fan. Welcome to the world.
Wow.
Welcome to the Bird Gang, sir.
That could be one of the youngest Cardinal fans in the world.
Yeah.
Right there. Beautiful.
Good chance. That's what we got for this week. We love your picks. Please keep sending them in. We'll use some more next week.
Again, guys, if you guys want to chime in, use the hashtag ABC15Cards on Twitter, and you could always call us in. Give us your 2 cents, 602-685-3017. Now's a good time to call because we are talking about the Week 6 matchup in Pittsburgh. What's it going to come down, guys?
It's going to come down to the defense not allowing Mike Vick to think this is 10 years ago. Just get him out of the game. I'm not talking physically, just take the hope away from Mike Vick. Get them out of whatever they want to accomplish. They're going to rely on the running game, or they think they're going to. So Cardinals, don't help them out by turning the ball over and letting Pittsburgh control the clock, time of possession. The weather might not be perfect. You have to prepare for that. But just be ready for this game. Have your game faces on starting on Friday so you can jump out to a lead against Pittsburgh and just dictate how this game goes and let Arians walk off that field. Take that, Steelers fans.
You got to win it for
Check
the
me out in red. How do you like that?
Yeah.
Some personal games for Arians this year with the Bears and then the Steelers, been able to beat both those teams. You know, the Bears passed up versus Arians. I don't like this whole thing about having to pick before the Monday night game. This is the second week in a row he's had to pick. We don't know, because we've only seen Michael Vick in one game so far. I like to see how he does tonight against the Chargers. But again, you know, if this were Ben Roethlisberger, I'd almost call this a toss-up game.
100%.
But with Michael Vick in there, you know, and again, this is Michael Vick from 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, it'd be a different story. But Vick's going to get more comfortable with the offense. And I think the Cardinals did a good job containing Colin Kaepernick as far as you know, guys who can run the ball. Kaepernick had a touchdown, but that was really the only damage the 49ers did that entire game. So, but I think you have to make them beat you through the air.
Yeah.
You know, load up the box. Le'Veon Bell's going to get. Another thing is Le'Veon Bell's a great pass catcher, and the Cardinals had some problems early in the season as far as those screen passes to running backs. They've done better recently, but I'm just thinking back to the Saints game with Mark Ingram and Kyrie Robinson lighting the Cardinals up as far as those screen passes. That's a concern for me with another guy who can, a running back who can catch the ball. So Le'Veon Bell, you know, he's going to get his yards. You've got to contain him.
You know, let's look at this thing. The Cardinals can't beat themselves. They're better than the Steelers at quarterback. They have more depth. They have more skilled players. They have more weapons offensively. Defensively, they have more playmakers. It's going to come down to the intangibles of this game. The weather could be a factor. The Cardinals have a better kicking game. I mean, the Steelers' kicking game has cost them, you know, one game for sure, and we don't know what they're going to do. It'll be interesting to see if they've improved at all in that tonight. But you know, they'll be ready to go. It's going to be exciting. But I think this will be different than any other game so far because the intensity level will be so high and it's on the road. So they're going to have to earn this win on Sunday.
As I kind of mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this will be the greatest challenge the defensive line has faced this season, taking on Le'Veon Bell. I mean, what an opportunity for Calais, Gunter, Frosty to really establish themselves and really make a name for themselves as one of the stoutest defensive lines in the game.
Well, and on the other side of the ball, as far as rushing defense, the Steelers are just 20th, allowing over 113 rushing yards per game. The Cardinals have rushed for well over 100 yards every game, so there's no reason to think that Chris Johnson,
I wonder what kind of shape Freeney's in. I wonder if he can play this weekend.
I know. I was wondering that too. How soon are they going to throw him in?
That'd be the
I would
question.
imagine as soon as he's ready.
Yeah.
But, even if he got in like for 10 plays, he could do 10 snaps this weekend. If they can get him in, some sort of shape or, have an understanding of the defense where he can make a little bit of a contribution, would be great.
Yeah. You guys mentioned the Monday night game, Steelers, Chargers. The team will be together in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. Beautiful town. They'll be watching the Monday night game tonight. Do you guys see this as back-to-back weeks where they get to scout their next opponent on Monday night? Do you see this as a bit of an advantage? They get to kind of kick back, scout their opponent. It worked this week.
I think it's an advantage, not so much that they get to scout them, because they still will look at the same amount of film, but I just think the fact that the Steelers are in San Diego right now, they have to fly all the way back to Pittsburgh, get into their game routine, and then play a game on Sunday. So I think that might be a little bit of an advantage for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Another thing is, the Pittsburgh has only recorded 2 interceptions on the season. So Steelers secondary hasn't made a lot of noise. The Cardinals secondary has, 13 interceptions on the season, or 13 turnovers altogether. So there's a big difference there.
We can talk stats all day, but don't you think we should acknowledge who won last week's prediction? At some point before we're off the air.
I was hoping we could just kind of forget about that.
It's customary.
We won't talk about your U of A or ASU predictions. We'll talk about
Tom Zenner, the victor in Week 5. Do you remember his prediction? Yeah, he does. He's very humble about it as well.
Doesn't happen often, so enjoy.
Well, you guys were all over me yesterday. I was simply bringing up the fact that I was declaring victory late in the fourth quarter.
On Twitter.
Okay. That's how we communicate now. Fooey was hammering me. You guys were hammering me. Let me enjoy it for a few minutes.
I remember a saying about a broken clock.
Yes.
Hey, let's get to this week's picks, and I'm going to make it 2 weeks in a row.
So wait, he's got 2.
He's got 2.
We've
each got 1.
We've got 1 apiece.
Yeah. I thought
all right.
It was going to be a shootout.
Week 6 predictions. Tom has the floor.
Okay, I'm going to start off right now. Number 1, Steelers fans, you are one of the most spoiled fan bases. So if any of you are watching this show right now, just realize the Cardinals are coming to town. Cardinal fans are going to have bragging rights over you. It's Bird Nation over the black and gold. So just be ready for that. We're tired of you, Steelers fans. You've won too much in the past. All right? At this point in the season, nothing is a fluke. The Cardinals are winning by an average of 20 points per game, differential in points. So I'm going to say 36-16 Cardinals over the Steelers on Sunday.
Those jerk Steeler fans where they're winning and such. Those are punks.
By the way, send this clip out to as many Steelers fans as you can.
Going down the line, I've got a 20-14 victory, low scoring. This will be the lowest scoring game of the season. And I think it's going to come down to stopping Le'Veon, and I think they do it. 2014, fine.
I'll go a little higher scoring. I think it's going to be a closer game. I don't know, just because I don't see it as back-to-back road. 3 straight road blowouts are just going to be tough, even if Michael Vick's the quarterback. Let's go 27-20 Arizona on Sunday.
Yours and mine are always pretty similar.
Tom's
Tom's just out in his own world. That's why he's winning. And we're not. Okay, so we've got 2014, myself. 36-16, Tom. 27-20.
We'll have to get Craig's picks as well on that.
Yeah, we got to get Philly's picks
as well.
Also, we're leaving out a really humongous statistic. This is what Madden 16 predicted as the Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah. Who did? Madden
16.
Oh, that's
right.
And predicted that be the same result. The Steelers would win.
But they also thought Roethlisberger would win it on the
Yes.
final play of the game, so that's not going to happen.
This is true. Another Super Bowl rematch.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great game for the Cardinals.
I think New England or Cincinnati is more likely right about now.
This is going to be. I'm probably more excited about this game than a lot of the games so far this year. It's going to be a great matchup. But that is a wrap for our Week 5 edition of Cardinals Countdown, coming to you from Four Peaks Brewing Company in Scottsdale. For Tom Zenner, Shane Dale, I'm Jason Snavely. We'll see you right back here next Monday from Four Peaks Brewing Company for our Week 6 edition of Cardinals Countdown. Have a great week, guys.
Thanks for watching this week's Cardinals Countdown, brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Check out the powerful Ford F-150 at sandersonford.com.